Good evening, you're watching GW News Recap. I'm Azan Jamir bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the headlines first. A journalist working with Nagaland-based Hornbill TV was shot by unidentified assailants while covering a flower festival in Manipur's Senapati district. Ajay Kumar Balla, Governor of Manipur, was on August 25 sworn in as the 22nd Governor of Nagaland at Raj Bhavan, following the death of Governor La Ganesan. The National Investigation Agency has arrested a wanted accused linked to an arms smuggling racket operating between Nagaland and Bihar. 7 members of a family were among 12 people killed in Ramban and Riyasi districts during the early hours of August 30 as insistent heavy rains continued to batter Jammu province. And now the news in details. A journalist working with the Nagaland-based television channel Hornbill TV was shot by unidentified assailants while covering a flower festival in Manipur's Senapati district. The incident took place on August 30 evening during the Zinnia Flower Festival or Cherry Blossom Festival at Lai village. The journalist, identified as Deep Sagia, sustained bullet injuries when armed miscreants opened fire around 4 p.m., hitting him in the right leg and under the armpit. Saikia was initially rushed to Senapati District Hospital for first aid before being shifted to Nagaland for further treatment. Hospital authorities confirmed that he is now out of danger. The culprit has been identified, however, the motive behind the attack remains unclear. The incident was drawn sharp condemnation from the channel, which termed it shocking and reprehensible in a statement. The channel said the assault was not just on Saikia but also a direct attack on press freedom and democratic values. Ajay Kumar Balla took oath as Nagaland's 22nd governor at Raj Bhavan despite 5 major tribes boycotted the ceremony protesting job reservation policy. Government formed reservation commission amid tribal demands. Ajay Kumar Balla, Governor of Manipur, was on August 25 sworn in as the 22nd Governor of Nagaland at Raj Bhavan following the death of Governor La Ganesan. Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, Justice Ashutosh Kumar, administered the oath of office. The ceremony was attended by Chief Minister Nipuriu, Deputy Chief Ministers T.R. Ziliang and Y. Patton, ministers, MLAs, senior officials and dignitaries. After the swearing-in, Balla held his first meeting with the state cabinet at Raj Bhavan and inspected a ceremonial card of honor. A reception followed where political leaders, church representatives, tribal bodies and civil society groups extended greetings to the new governor. Notably absent were members of the Committee on Review of Reservation Policy representing the Ao, Angkami, Lota, Rengma and Sumi tribes. The panel has been pressing for changes to the state's 4-decade-old job reservation system. Although the government recently announced a reservation review commission, the committee rejected it, demanding the inclusion of tribal and civil society representatives. The National Investigation Agency has arrested a wanted accused linked to an arms smuggling racket operating between Nagaland and Bihar. The accused, identified as Manjur Khan alias Babu Pai, was a class 8 of prime accused Vikash Kumar, who allegedly played a key role in trafficking prohibited bore weapons including AK-47 rifles from Nagaland to Bihar. According to NIA statement, investigations revealed that Manjur conspired with his associates to smuggle prohibited weapons with the objective of disturbing public order and threatening national security. The agency, which took over the case in August 2024, established Manjur's involvement in the conspiracy during the probe. The case was originally registered by the Fakuli police in Bihar's Muzaffarpur district after the recovery of one AK-47 rifle with lance and live ammunition at Murkhadiya bridge. The statement said. Police also arrested 4 accused and filed a charge sheet against the Arms Act against them. After taking over the probe, the NIA filed the first supplementary charge sheet against the accused Vikash Kumar, Satyam Kumar, Devmani Rai and Amit Ansari, the statement said, adding that the investigation into the case is underway. 7 members of a family were among 12 people killed in Ramban and Riasi districts during the early hours of August 30 as insistent heavy rains continued to batter Jammu province. Officials said a couple along with their 5 minor children were buried alive when a massive landslide hit their houses in the Riasi district's far off Manohar area. The landslide was triggered by heavy rains which have been lashing the area for the past few days, officials said, adding the house was built on a hill slope. A rescue operation was launched by the locals and the police, but only the bodies could be retrieved. In Ramban district, 5 people, including a mother and son, were killed as a cloudburst hit Rajkar village around 12:30 a.m. Officials said the affected families have been shifted to safer locations. Both Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and Chief Minister Umar Abdullah have expressed grief over the loss of their lives. With these deaths, nearly 130 people, including several pilgrims, have been killed because of incessant rains, cloudbursts, flash floods and landslides across Jammu province since August 14 morning. At least 65 people, mostly Machar Mata pilgrims, were killed and nearly 100 were injured when a massive cloudburst hit Kishtwar district's Jishtoi village in Pathar area on the morning of August 14. The yatra has now come under the scanner amid questions on whether it was allowed, despite an alert issued by the Indian Meteorological Department's Srinagar Center about heavy rains and the possibility of landslides, flash floods and cloudbursts in vulnerable areas. Thailand's Constitutional Court dismissed Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra from office on August 29, ruling that she had committed an ethics violation after just a year in power. The decision marks another crushing blow to the Shinawatra political dynasty, which has dominated Thai politics for 2 decades but repeatedly clashed with the military and conservative establishment. According to reports, 39-year-old Paetongtarn was the country's youngest prime minister and the 6th leader from or backed by the billionaire Shinawatra family to be forced out of office either by the courts or the military. In its verdict, the court found that Paetongtarn breached ethics ruled in Lik Chun telephone call. The ruling ended Paetongtarn's premiership prematurely, little more than a year after she replaced Shrita Thavisin, who has also been dismissed by the Constitutional Court. Her removal leaves Parliament to elect a new Prime Minister, but analysts warned the process could be protracted. Her Pheu Thai party, already weakened after losing coalition partners following the phone call controversy, faces an uphill battle to hold together a fragile majority. Deputy Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai and the current cabinet will run the government in a caretaker capacity until a new leader is chosen. The only candidate from Pheu Thai is 77-year-old Chai Kasim Nitisiri, a former Attorney General with limited political visibility. Other names include former coup leader and Premier Prayut Chan-o-cha, who has formally retired from politics, and Anutin Janvirakul, a deputy premier who recently withdrew his party from Paetongtarn's coalition. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap. For more news like this, you stay connected to Global Winter. Good night.